Good morning, Breakfast Club family. This is Mark Stevens. Top of the morning to you on this March the 10th, 2015. Hope you had a great day yesterday, and hopefully you will have a great day today. A lot of exciting things going on. Joe will be with us shortly.
Good morning, Mark. I'm here, but I'm going to go back on mute, so good morning.
Okay. So I hope everybody, got to see the presentation yesterday, and I hope that you took some notes and took some time to think about things that you're doing. And we want you thinking about what business you're in. All these things that we keep talking about, we have a reason for doing that, and that reason is because we want you to be successful. We're very close to spring. And I don't know if any of you feel this way or know this, but when the seasons change, people's feelings change. People with the spring and the warm weather, hopefully will be here shortly. People are going to start feeling chippy and good and wanting to do things and everything, wanting to try new things. Spring is a season of renewal, and so people want to do things. But the thing is that they're bogged down from the winter bills. From the holidays and the winter bills, and now they're trying to figure out, well, how am I going to pay these bills? How am I going to get out of all this debt? And guess what? We have the answer. So when you think about our presentation, what do? We solve problems. We give solutions. We let people know what their challenges are, and we show them how to solve them. But in order to do that, what do we know that we have to do? We know that we have to connect with those people, and we know that we have to be able, we have to understand how to connect with them. And the way you connect with them is you communicate with them. And you communicate with them how? Properly, in a business manner, in a professional manner. And so this is why we're pulling all of this together. I'm getting excited because it's that time of year, now people are ready to do something. So my question to you is, are you going to be there to do something? Are you going to be there to provide what these people need? They need you. They need your presentation. They need your product. They need your service. They need your guidance. They need what you have learned. And if you will provide that need, like I say, if you will provide a loving instead of a living, then the money is going to hunt you down. Now, are you going to make the money hunt you down? Well, yeah, Mark, I want to make the money hunt me down. Well, you have to go to work. You have to follow the system. You have to understand onboarding. You have to understand communication. All of these things, they all have been put together, and they're tied in to make us successful. Now, my definition of successful is not necessarily a person that made a lot of money, because there's a lot of people that made a lot of money, they're not really successful. A lot of them are sick. They're on their sick bed. Well, what do I mean by that, Mark? This is what I mean. To me, a successful person is a person who takes advantage of an opportunity. So what I'm saying is that we have an opportunity to present an opportunity to the world. Will we take advantage of that? If we do, we will be successful. And if the world takes advantage of the opportunity that we present to them, then guess what? They will be successful. And guess what that is? That's an extension of you. That's an extension of me. That's an extension of Joe. That's an extension of Cecil, Brian, everybody on here, everybody in this family, in this club, Gunter, Matt, Andrea, everybody that's in here, they will be an extension of you. All we have to do is, like the Nike commercial says, just do it. And just do it and do it and do it until a job gets done. So what we're saying is what? Give yourself a year. Don't stress yourself out. Don't try to get $1 million in a week. Guess what? What if you get $1 million in a year? It's still $1 million. It just took you a little longer. But guess what? It'll be a permanent $1 million. And you can make $1 million more. But if you just bring everybody and their mama in, and then you throw them up against the wall, they get injured or whatever, they're going to leave you. It's not going to work for them because it wasn't done properly. They may be a one-day wonder, a one-week wonder, a one-hit wonder, one-month wonder. That's not good. We want it permanent. That's the key, permanency. And we're going to keep hammering it home until we all get this, because we need to have it. We need to understand it. We need to get people in the first 48 hours. They need to be in that education vault in our training room. They need to be in that manual. They need to be getting all of those things together. And in that first week, they need to be in that communication class. And Joe, there's a possibility Joe may have an announcement this morning in reference to that. But family, let's get together as a family and let's do this thing. I'm ready to have some fun. I've been caught up in this house all winter, and now I'm ready to hit the street, talk to people, make people happy, make myself continually happy like I do. And we want that for you too. But a lot of you will be from home, and that's all right. That's good, because what do we want you to do? We want you to have a successful business from home. So I can go on and on and on, but I want to give Joe time to get in here so he can share with us what he has this morning. Joe, you're back. How you doing?
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, good morning. Yep, you're so right. It's getting started, getting the proper start. So I put a question in there, and apparently nobody read it. I said, or maybe they didn't want to answer. I said, look, drop it in the chat box. So let's do that. Let's drop in the chat box. What business are you in, really? So let's see if we can get some answers throughout the period of time here. Let's see what you come up with. If you were to write that down and say, here, I'm in the business of blank, 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 blank. What is it? So it's a really important starting point, because just as you learn in the class that the biggest problem you have is who you are when you're communicating. Who are you? That's what you learn in the class. And it sounds strange, but most people don't know. And most people don't know what business they're in. So these two things go hand in hand. Getting started, as we talked about yesterday, Mark, getting started. Get yourself registered with the company, obviously. Get registered in Tools Rock and get in the class. Now, Mark said I had an announcement. I do. At the end, we'll talk about it. So just remind me, Mark, I'm going to make this a lot easier for people to take this class. The second part of the announcement I'll do now, which is I am redoing the class, the recording of it, so that it's available to everyone at any time, including the weekends. Be able to schedule it, and then actually go to a link and be able to watch, listen, take notes, and watch that communication class. But since it's so important for people to hear this right away, I get a lot of calls, Mark, you probably do too, and emails about people already in the business who have others who want to take the class because they know how important it is. They've already been through the class. And they want to have their people take the class. And I think people are confused as to how to get started, because the rest of the company's talking about hurry up and get your package so you can get paid. Well, that's fine. I mean, that's the reason they're telling you to do it. The only reason to get a package right away, Mark, is to get paid. I mean, can you think of another reason why a person would need to get the package the first couple days?
Not really.
And guess who gets paid first when you do that? Your upline. So they certainly have a vested interest in you getting your package. Now, look, it's a good starting point. Certainly you shouldn't neglect it. But is it the most important thing? And I tell you, no, it's not. And I probably, catch some criticism for saying that. But Mark and I don't believe that that's the starting point. We believe the starting point is understanding what you're into. That's what we believe. And to understand that, you need to understand what business you're in and the things you need to do first, which is all about education. And we're not talking months here. We're talking a couple of days of that understanding. And when you get into the training room, as Mark said, you will see that there is a video and an instructional sheet, a checklist that tells you that you should purchase a package. And it even has a video to tell you how and make your selections. So, we're going to make the class a little shorter because there won't be a recording from an actual class. I'm going to re-record it. Same material, little updates, but it'll be easier for you to tell a new person financially. I'm going to change and make it easier and change the process. So a brand new person could come in, you get them on board properly, you get them into Tools Rock immediately so that they can get to the training room and see the sequence of what they have to do. And then you discuss with them taking that class, and you will have a person ready to go within 24 to 48 hours. And they will start marketing right away since they already have the tool. Even if they don't have a list of people, they certainly have a list of the people that they know that can start identifying and show them that they're in business. And there's plenty of ways to go out on the internet and harvest free leads, people that you would send information to. There's a way to go on Facebook and LinkedIn and all that and make an announcement about your business. Give them the business presentation. Give them the AdTech Gold presentation. Give them the friends and family presentation. But you got to follow a pattern to do that. So do we have any answers, Mark, in the chat box, what business we're in? Let me go see.
Yeah. Gunther was the first one, and he says that he is in the people business and the education business.
Does it surprise you that Gunnar is like one of the leading people to recruiting? Recruiting?
Nope.
Doesn't surprise me either. Matt says what Gunter said. Okay. Gloria, will the class link? No, it's still going to be a YouTube channel, Gloria. It can't, we're not going to, right now, no, it won't be that way. I think in the future, yes, there'll be a link, there'll be a way to have that completed. There could be a link in there to get it started, yes, but you're still going to have to contact me so I can unlock it. But you should be able to reach me, with a text. Obviously, that would be the first thing I would see. I'm finally getting in realizing that so many people are in the text business, that I am finally getting to the point where I'm paying attention to that. So we're getting more answers. We're in the communication business. Yep, it's true. People business is true. Education business is true. I asked a couple of people last night, actually including Mark. I said, listen, you ever watch television? Mark doesn't watch that much television, but enough to know the answer to this question, which is, have you ever seen the Geico insurance commercial? And of course, I don't know anybody. I've asked that question to 20 people this week, and everybody says, oh yeah. I said, you ever see the one where the cowboy's leaving his woman? He's a loner, and he takes off, and he gets shot. Yep, everybody laughs at that one. I think, Mark, that's one of my favorite commercials of all time.
Yeah.
the funniest darn thing.
Yeah.
That would have been a Super Bowl commercial instead. That is like the best. I even looked up the actors to see who they were and see the work that they did. It was just so unbelievably done. You can't forget that one. And then you have the Pinocchio one.
Yeah. You have potential. You have. Oh. Yes, indeed.
So, why don't you forget them? Well, because they pound these at you over and over and over again. And you just, if you're watching TV, you can't get away from seeing the Geico insurance commercials. You just can't. It's impossible. They have them everywhere. And, of course, there's other commercials like that as well. When we were growing up, there were, you remember the Double Mint gum commercials, Mark?
Yeah. The twins and all them.
Yeah. And, in fact, they brought those back a few years ago, played them for a little while. But, we grew up with that mentality, the repeat advertising over and over and over again. And they threw slogans at you. So my point is, there's a number of answers here. There's a number of commercials here that say a little bit different. The cowboy gets shot off the horse, the Pinocchio does the thing, and there's a bunch of those Geico ones. But they're all giving you the same message, and that message is 15% off your car insurance in 15 minutes. That's what they tell you. But they give you ways to remember it all the way through, and we keep remembering. So to bring that together, to understand what business you're in, is there any I don't know what you mean by that, Max, but is there to bring that all together, there's a number of ways to say what business we're in, and people are putting it up. Anybody else want to put their thoughts up there? Okay, here's Ken. Finding people interested in running a business successfully remote, right? Yeah, exactly right, Ken. I mean, the underlying theme is what Ken just said up there. That's the underlying theme. We're looking for people who want to successfully run a business from home, right? That's the business, kind of. So I want to say a couple of things that I heard this weekend. I'm a fan of writing stuff down, Mark, when I see them. There's such good information in either movies or commercials or news. There's things in there that are so important. So here's another way to look at part of our function here and what business we're in. And here it is. We're in the how do I get this started and off the ground business. And that's what we've been talking about for days and weeks. We're in the problem-solving business. Think about that right now. Why? Because we show people how to get their financial house in order. Just look at that presentation, you'll see. And how to run and have a successful business from home. That's problem solving. We're showing people how to solve their problem. And I can tell you now, I would say this. I saw something the other day, and they asked the audience, how many of you, stand up, they said, how many people have credit card debt? So if you could stand up right now, and picture yourself standing up if you got that problem. Most people do. If you have some kind of credit card debt. How about if you had a mortgage or a student loan? Or you were helping pay a student loan when you're kids? And then 98% of the room stood up. And the point was that they're just getting by. And that's what was the point of that was just saying you're just getting by. So the reason you're here is because you want to learn how to get rid of that. So we're going to try to solve that problem for you. And the same thing here. If you're focusing, I saw something the other day, Mark, was so interesting. I mean, something here at Karatbars. I saw this person, this guy, who is not making any money at all, zero, in a discussion, you know, on the chat rooms, on how to set up another business in Karatbars to make 2 checks. And they're not even making 1. I've been in business here at Karatbars a long time. You know, a while, over a year. So, to me, the first thing that came to my mind was, and there was a discussion going back and forth with it on how to do it. And I thought to myself, where is the mindset of this person? Are they in there trying to help other people? Or are they trying to figure out and manipulate the system to make more money when they're not making any anyway? I mean, think about the mindset of that person. What business were they in? People? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think their total mindset was figuring out how to manipulate the system to make money when they really weren't making any anyway. So, I don't know if you saw that chat, did you?
No, I didn't see that one.
Anyway, I don't even know where I saw it. I was flat, you know, it was just like blew my mind. It's flabbergasted, you know, saying, oh my gosh, what kind of conversation is that to have here to show people how to manipulate that system? I don't even know a company that allows you to have, maybe you and your spouse, but I'm watching people in here, Mark, having 4 businesses under their own name, in their own family. 4 checks. Not even teaching others how to effectively talk and get set up. Yeah, lots of quotes about how to get rich while they're taking home 4 checks. 4. I don't know why the company allows that kind of manipulation. I really don't. And I know there's a number of people that are doing that. I don't like it one bit, number one. Having 2, yourself and your spouse, yeah. So, business that we're in, you're right. Everything that was put up there, we are in the people business. We're in the business of getting people started, getting their business off the ground business. We're here to, look, I know Mark covered this yesterday. We're here to help people solve problems while there's still an opportunity here. Why do you think we do this? Because people need to know. 22 years of this business tells me that people do not understand how to effectively run a business at home and how to make a paycheck here beyond paying for product, beyond their expense. And here we have no expense. Certainly you have to take money from somewhere to make a purchase and exchange the cash for gold. Therefore, you're not going to be able to use the cash for whatever. But still, you still have the asset. You still have the cash, basically. Actually, let's call it cash, but the gold that's going to increase in value over time. Here's a theme. This is what you should understand yourself. We're in the business of figuring it out to get it down. You know, that's what you should be doing, figuring this out by taking in information that you're getting from different sources. If this is the source that most, you know, that you most understand and believe in and can follow, then you just have to figure out how to get this down, following the steps. Mark, no one other than yourself is going to make this happen. No one. I don't care what team you're on. I don't care what marketing tool that you have, I don't care what it is that you do, but no one is going to be able to change anything except you. And I mean you as a whole, as a group. No one. No one's going to help you by giving to you the result. It's just not going to happen. And so we're here to help you do that. And that's what the AdTech Worldwide Solutions are all about. Mark and I love education. We love this because we know the end result. If you pay attention, if you truly, truly, truly put your information down on paper, figuring it out, getting it all down right as you move along, you're going to win. 1 year from now, you should be saying, I'm a winner now. I figured it out. I listened. I paid attention. Yeah, I did this. I made up a letter over there to send out. Mark makes up letters all the time. Makes up advertising things. Sometimes I don't even know about it for a while. I mean, a couple days and he'll say, hey, I just sent this letter. Now, we're not going to sit there and create letters and say, here's what we did. We have all the letters figured out. Speaking of that, the Tools Rock system, Mark, the AdTech Gold it's now called AdTech Gold. It replaces the 12-week financialfreedomplan.com website, meaning that the name of it has changed. That's all. It used to be your username .12weekfinancialfreedomplan.com, created by another team of people in Karatbars, available to us at Tools Rock. It's still available, but it's now called AdTech Gold because we don't own the domain name. So the domain name changed for that reason, and that's what it's called. So for those of you who are in Tools Rock and you haven't unlocked the 12-week financial freedom plan, you need to look for it in the autoresponders, or first of all, in the website, custom websites, and unlock it. If you go to the training room, you'll see all the information to unlock it and then set up the autoresponders. The autoresponder letters I've been working on for 2 days. The follow-up letters that were once in the 12-week plan are now out of there, and a new set of follow-up letters are in there. Ones that make sense for us. Ones that give the same information just like the ones that are there from the AdTech business presentation, friends and family business. They're now talking the same language, that we want to speak with you, and thanks for responding, and we're still looking for people, and we're looking for people who are honest and ambitious. That's the way it goes through there, the search for the right people, because that's the business that we're in. So the point is understanding the business you're in. And of course you understand that you're in the people and education and communication business and helping business. You got to put in your mind the getting started part of this business, because it's the hardest thing to do. Safford used to say all the time, you got this big rock in front of you and you go to push it and you can't move it. But once you start to roll it, if you could just budget a little bit, the inertia could help you move that thing along. And all of a sudden, you just keep pushing it and rolling it. And that's what should happen here. The hardest thing is to get started, but you got to get started right. And so that's the message today, Mark, is the getting started right. We're in the business of getting started, helping people getting started, getting their business off the ground. And that's the business you have to be in, is getting your business off the ground and having a plan to do it. So, again, we believe in getting registered, getting Tools Rock registered, getting in the class, and start your action. And that should all happen within 48 hours. And your action is letting people know you're in business and searching for new partners. It's not that hard to understand. Not that hard. So a couple of announcements, Mark. One is that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 o'clock Pacific time, which is where I am now, There's now a 3-hour difference between the East Coast and where we are. Until daylight savings, it's 2, and since we don't change our clocks, it's now 3. So it's 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. We're going to cover, for those of you who do not understand how to operate their leads, their back office, how to put them in there, how we're using the USA Lead Club. It became obvious to me in the last week, Mark, the phone calls I had and people communicating with me that they don't understand how to operate their back office in Tools Rock. And that's critical because that's where you're making your announcements to people and looking for people or recruiting. So that's all totally set up now. Follow-up letters, invite letters, websites, everything's there. People don't know exactly how to, operate back there and get it set up properly and move it forward. They're not understanding what categories are and the difference between a category and the actual website. So we're going to cover that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. Everyone is invited to that. It was started out as a director's class. We're going to talk about that as well tonight. But we're going to spend 15, 20 minutes first on operating that back office properly so that you can effectively either direct or be a director. So that's it. And the announcement as far as the class, I know I made notes, Mark. I don't have that book in front of me, but if you were to take that class now, normally, without Carrot Bars, it's over $300. In Carrot Bars, it's $105. If you take it within the first week, first 7 days of being in Carrot Bars, we reduced it to $59, $60. Or you were in Tools Rock for the first 7 days, it was $59. So that was the old pricing. Here's the opportunity you have with your new people now. For $29.99 or $30, half that price now. If you have a new person who comes into Carrot Bars, so your first thing should be getting them in Tools Rock. Second thing, you should get them in the class. That class is now $29.99 for those people if they take that in the first 7 days. If they don't, it's going to go up to $105. They got 7 days to do that, to get in that class, register, pay for it at $29.99. If you are already in Carrot Bars and you've been here for a while, if you are in Tools Rock, we'll also give you that price for the next 7 days. If you've already been in Carrot Bars and you want to take that class, or you have somebody that you want them to have it, or they are in Tools Rock but still haven't taken that class, you have 7 days to go take this class at $29.99, $30. Now, I'm going to leave it at that, Mark, and let you comment on this is basically giving this class away, basically. I mean, it's a giveaway now, basically. I mean, anybody should be able to come in and set your Tools Rock up for $20, your communication class for $50. It's less than the communication class was at $60. It's still less than just taking that class. So for $50, a new person comes in and their entire business is set up and ready to go. Tools Rock, get the class and you're ready to go. I don't know how much easier that I can make it, Mark, to do that, but that's what we're doing. So if people want to get their new people in, or some of their old people who have saying, hey, I'm going to take it, and didn't want to spend the $60 to do it, which again to me was a steal anyway, now they can do it for $30. Get both of these things together. Get in Tools Rock and go take that class. You're talking $50 to invest in your future So that's the announcement, Mark. So over to you.
I can't imagine a person not doing that, because the other thing too, it's tax deductible. It's a tax deductible business expense. So it's to me, it's a no-brainer. If you're going in, again, all I'm saying is that one has to understand that this is not a hobby. This is a business. What do? We teach people how to have a successful business from home. Well, you have to have tools. You have to have systems. Again, if you went to McDonald's, getting a McDonald's, you have to go to McDonald's Hamburger University. So, and it's not going to cost you 50, it's going to cost you $1,050,000. So, think about that. And the other thing, we're doing this because here's another thing. We are a team. We will now be known as the AdTech Worldwide Team in Karatbars. And like I told y'all yesterday, our goal is to become the #1 producing team in Karatbars the right way and for permanency. We don't want you to have the business for a day. We want you to have it for a lifetime. And this is why we do what we do. So I encourage you, get in touch with all of your people and let them know, hey, look, that $300 communication class that Karatbars people was getting for $105, you can get it for $30 now and get Tools Rock. That's $20. And you have what you need to immediately get in business today. The next 24 hours, you can almost be teaching somebody else. And the thing is, with a little bit of training and a little bit of coaching and a lot of help, do you think you can be successful in a business from home without company? That's the question. And my answer is, there is no doubt. There is no doubt. Let's change the 97% and bring it down to the other part of the equation. We have the tools. We have the training. We have the system. We definitely have the product. All we have to do is go to work. Do it and do it and do it till a job gets done. All we say, give us a year. Spend a year with us. Spend a year with us, family, and let's see what the end is going to be at the end of a year. Prove us wrong. Give the effort, give the time, and prove us wrong. That's my challenge to everyone. And that's a challenge even to myself. Prove us wrong. Prove us that what we say doesn't work if you do it the right way. Remember, numbers never lie. People do. If you do it the right way, the numbers will work. And like I said, if you make a loving instead of a living, the money will hunt you down. Everything is in place. And in addition to that, we're still going to keep improving things. I mean, how many people do you know of your upline? And remember, 99% of the people in the Breakfast Club is not in mine or Joe's or Cecil or Brian's or anybody else's downline. 99.9% is not. So my question to you is, who do you know that will bring a presentation into your home? You got 5, 10 people together? You want a live presentation in your home? We'll probably do that for you. I don't know any other upline that will do that. I haven't heard it. We've done it before. I know I've done it before. I've done it for Victor's people. So we have the platform for it. If you want to chime in and you want to do things right, come on, let's pull together and get this thing done. Time is of the essence. And what I'm saying is, get paid properly for your time. I used to consult businesses, and my fee was, the attorneys was charging $600 an hour. I was giving the people the same thing for $300 an hour. And matter of fact, giving them more than the attorney was giving them. And I can still do that today. But the thing is, I want to help people who's never had an opportunity, who's never had that kind of income, who's never had what they really should have had, because nobody would take the time with them. And this is why Joe and I give our time the way that we do. We've been there. We've made it. We've had it. We want everybody to have it. Everybody. The only thing is will everybody do what we do? Because guess what? It's the only way we're going to do it. We're not going to change. And we're not arrogant. We know it's right. When you know it's right, that's not arrogance. It's educational. It's the right way. It's the right thing to do. Much is given, much is required. We don't require much. All we require you to do is work. Put into place in action what we share with you. That's our only requirement. And then share it with somebody else. What does that do? Creates duplication. Makes you look good. It's an extension of us. That's what we want to see. We want to see the extension of us through you in the next year. And imagine what your income is going to be. I can give you a lot of numbers. We all can give you a lot of numbers. But it's not about the numbers per se. It's about what you do to produce the numbers. Because the numbers are there. The numbers are already there. It's what are you going to do to prove the numbers? Because if you do what you're supposed to do, the numbers are going to be there for you. So I'm getting off my soapbox. Love you much. I want you to have a great day. I want you to have a great week. I want you to have a great month. I want you to have a phenomenal year. AdTech Worldwide team is on the scene. We're going to tear this thing up. Are you with us? And remember, the reason that you're with us now is because you're in the Breakfast Club. So you are part of this family. We are family. We are family. We haven't asked you for any money. We haven't asked you for anything. The only thing we ask you to do is to chime in, go to work, do what we share with you, and make it work for you. That's what we want for you. We want it for you. And if we want it for you and you get it, we're going to get ours. Delayed gratification. It's already started. Now, we want yours now, too. And you're going to have some delayed gratification because you're going to share with other people, and you're going to duplicate the way that you're supposed to. You're going to get that new location every month. Some of you are going to get one a week. The more you chime in, the more you put in, and the more you understand who you are, what you do, what you have, and you share it, you can't help but to be successful. Remember what I said. A successful person is one who takes the advantage of an opportunity. Opportunity is here. You don't need luck. You just have to understand how to labor under correct knowledge. You do need guts. Great urgency to succeed. You need that. We got guts. I know I got guts. I do crazy things, but I have fun. Had fun yesterday. Going to have some more fun today. Going to keep on having fun. Make it fun. We don't have a job just over broke. We don't have a job that it gets so bad now you want to jump off of a bridge. No. We want to change lives, and we want to help people get their financial house in order so that they can have financial freedom, time freedom, and we can change what? A person's career, life, city, county, state, country. And most of all, we want to change this world. Will you help us do it? One person at a time. We can do that. We love you. Peace and blessings to you. Go out and make it a great day. Bring your people to the Breakfast Club so they can get this education. Bring somebody every day, somebody new. You know, even I don't care if somebody else's line. If you know them, invite them. Say, look, you need to come to the Breakfast Club. You want some help? That's where you're going to get your help. It ain't about go get me my money. No, it's about let's pull together and let's become successful together. So with that being said, peace and blessings to you. Love you all. Go out and make it a great day. This is Mark Stevens for our host, Joe Shoup. We look to see you back here tomorrow morning on the Breakfast Club. Peace and blessings, everybody. Make it a great day.